We'll just start by cutting what we know we don't want off of this thing. Let's get a little WD-40 to make our blades last longer. Maybe we can reach that under the floorboard if we give ourselves a little room here. Like, we're going to replace, this is all going to be gone because those are pretty shitty right there. Same thing on this side. We're going to keep this. I think this is okay. I think this square tube's heavier than I want, but I'm going to keep that. It is what it is. I did, there's a jack under the rear end because this thing's really light and I knew it was going to get lighter and wanted to jump up and fall off. We're going to make it a two-seater. I'm going to get rid of this. This is kind of a poor design. I'm not 100% sure how I want to protect that, but not like this. I know that. Like, that side cut through pretty easy. Everything, nothing had a lot of tension on it. This side, it's trying to squeeze the blade in there. You can feel it. It's a matter of feeling that coming. I'm not saying I won't ruin a blade, but if it starts getting caught in there, slow down, move somewhere else. For everything that's pushing together, there's something pulling apart. Find what's pulling apart. That's easy cutting. I did like the way that this bar here meets up with this. The thing is, when we make it a two-seater, we're going to move that bar over. It's not going to be there, so we might as well just get it out. Y'all probably can't see it, but it's drained the water out of it. That's how cars gain weight over time, too. This is what we're coming back with new. I never liked the triangulation. It looked like this car had none. And so we're going to raise the back of this bar. We're going to tie into there, about there somewhere. And then we'll just run a little kicker from here to here. Along with that, I'm going to go out and measure on 723, see what our distance is. We're not allowed to run aftermarket shocks, but then we might as well make this where if we ever decide to just run it in Texas stock or something, that we can easily make a shock bracket off of there and run it. And I'm just going to get a reference measurement off of my other car. So from the bottom of the A-arm, where a shock mount would go, to the top of that was about 18 inches. And I have this thing pinned at ride height. So we are definitely, I wish I could go, yeah, there we go. We're definitely a little high. It's 22. I wouldn't mind this coming in at a level. I'm going to cut 2 inches off everything. 2 inches off of here, 2 inches. We're going to lower it down 2 inches. All right. I'm making sure y'all can see me. And I'm going to do that really simple. I'm going to hold it up to the table. 2 inches. Two inches. Check that we didn't move too much, which we did. Inches. Where'd my Sharpie go? I like it. So I'm going to have to grind some of this off. I'll probably clean a little of this up too, where we cut those other tubes off. I like it though. Before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and bend this other one. I have a mark where I started the last one. That way we don't, I'm going to start it at 13 inches. We're at 12 and a half there. I'll make those both the same. Call it good. We're going to measure back 13 inches. A funny thing I like to do is put my seams on the bottom of everything. Don't know why. No reason. I just like it. So I'm going to slide that 13 inches all the way to the beginning of our die. One thing I will do is tighten this bolt up because we're doing such a big bend. If we were only doing like less than a 90, I wouldn't even worry about it. And it's a metric bolt, so I got a metric wrench here. The adjustable metric. I'm going to put a little tension on it. I'm going to get it our degree wheel. Make sure that's lined up. And we're going to go. It goes almost all the way around. Let's put a little oil on it too. Okay, so we're going to reset. The other thing I'm going to do is check this bolt again. It's important that that doesn't slip. Yeah. You don't want to dent the tubing, but you want it to grab. So our last and final run, I have this marked right here, where I did it last time. Use this a lot, you end up with a lot of marks. Clean them off when you don't need it. Okay, that's still snug. That should be the exact same bend as our other piece. Man, that's awesome, and I'm just going to mark it right here. Just a little long, and then we'll fix it up in the chop saw. I have 100 Sharpies coming. All mine are worn out. 96 Sharpies. I don't want to lie to y'all. Wonder what the best way to get these centered up is going to be. I don't want to measure from something somebody else made. Or if these holes right here are the same. Anyway, I have some grinding to do over there, I know. Use this bigger grinder. I put an older wheel on because I use my new wheels in my business and this shit just don't pay the bills. So I might as well use up my old stuff. So there's a really peculiar routing with the feed hose going in under the frame and this one going over. Hopefully I don't want to take it loose. I don't want to make that mess. But if I have to, I will. I'm going to grind this off and at least part of that, maybe all of it. Once we get started, we might as well do it. Got most of that off. This one doesn't need a whole lot because I'm going to run it to the inside. However, that one over there is going to need a lot. So I am going to take a little more of this back one off. I'm going to get an air sander, sand our frame clean. Probably just have to eyeball it anyway. Gets the ground right there. Got our gas on. We got her turned up. I mean, this one's easy. I'm just going to tag it. I'm going to lean it out this way and put a tack on it. Close my eyes. Pull the trigger. And I leaned it out to give myself just a little gap so that I know I can pick it back up to straight. Like I'm liking that. So I'm going to tack it down a couple more places. Go ahead and get my hood. So I might have got it. When I looked at it from over there, yeah, that's a lot better. It was leaned back. I forgot that one end is longer than the other. Also, I see that there's a bit of a gap up here on the front. So I'm just going to take a little bit off of that back. And I'll expect to have to do the same over there. All right, I'm liking everything about that better. So here we go again. All right, so we're not going to knock that loose by accident. Now we got to figure out where to put this other one. Because I want it to match as closely as possible. So we're going to turn it around also. What'd y'all do with my tape measure? I'm going to see what it looks like measuring from the back of this hole to the front of that tube, about 9 inches. Back of this hole to the front of this tube. I'm going to mark the frame. So I do think that looks really close. Grind some of that old one off. Grind all of that old one. I know I wouldn't. Said I wasn't going to bother with that front one, but it was just ugly. Ta-da! I like it. But, as before, I do need to cut a little of the back of this off. That fixes that gap. Everything fits better. And I just need to tighten this frame up a hair forward. Pretty dang close because we had a hole over here that seems to line up too. I'm good with it. Y'all quit hiding my tape measures. So we're going to come from the top of there down to about right there. 38 inches. See what our leftover piece is. I believe it's longer than 38 inches. Look at there. That thing is almost perfect. But it's not perfect. So we got to cut it off. Make a few chops at this so that I can make it right. 38's just a hair long. Seam on bottom. I'm going to cut it square first. Alright, I fibbed to y'all. I didn't quite cut it square. I tell you what, we didn't hit that thing too bad. We'll just notch it. Just need to notch it back about a 1/4 inch on each side. That's crazy. It's a really nice fit. There's a bit of guesstimation in this. This one's really good. I just barely need to shorten this one. The bottom's got a little gap, so I need to just cut the top back, cut the sides back. Show y'all where we're at with this. I mean, pretty dang nice fit all the way around. Maybe a little gap at the bottom, but I mean, that ain't nothing. This is a little bit high, It's touching at the bottom. I'm going to get a sander in there. Sand that out, buff this off so it's easy to weld, and we're going to tack that up. Again, though, this is the easy one, right? Now we got to make the other one match. So now we have somewhat of a saddle. Pretty dang good fit. Maybe a hair. Yeah, see, there's a little gap over there. We're pretty close, though. That'll weld right up. One pass on it. Won't have to be bumping it. I'll clean that up. Pretty good all the way around. Maybe, yeah. And we are really good on our angle. So if we leave here at the same spot, then and we have the same angle, then we're going to claim that we got to here at the same. So the camera went off for a minute. I don't know where that was, but anyway. The sun's creeping in on us. Going to make this an editing nightmare. I tried to grind that weld down where I started. It looks like shit. But anyway, this is this. Now we know where these are going to be. We'll put our firewall in. That'll be another video.